contractor directory in the country. Powered by Santa AI. ChristmasContractor.com. For the workers, the owners, the vendors, the dreamers. Get busy, get hired, get listed. Get busy, get listed, get seen, get lifted. Get calls, get jobs, get blessed, get gifted. Get found, get hired, get your whole life shifted. ChristmasContractor.com. Come on and get listed. He needed work, needed cash in his hand, needed hope, needed rope, needed one good plan, needed pay, needed day, needed somewhere to stand, and he found a light crew, hiring hands, over 100 companies, looking for crews, looking for boots, looking for dudes, looking for folks with something to prove, so we clicked that list and made his move, got high, got wide, got up, got paid, got trained, got name, got shown the trade, got lights, got nights, got more each day, now he's hanging C9s all the way, on the roof in the tree with the crew in the city, making good money, man, to work, got pretty cold, air, bright lights, whole town litty, he said I found my lane when I got busy, get listed, get seen, get lifted, get calls, get jobs, get blessed, get gifted, get found, get hired, get your whole life shifted. ChristmasContractor.com. Come on and get listed, get found, get hired, get seen, get leads, get the whole town wired. Need lights, need crews, need a plan that fits. ChristmasContractor.com. Come get on the list. Next year came, he had flame in his chest, had a truck, had tools, had a dream to invest, had skill, had will, had no time to rest. Said I'm building my own, I'm coming for the best. Needed leads, needed speed, needed calls on the phone, needed crews, needed news, needed help of his own, needed brand, needed land, needed not to stand alone. Then the directory put his name on the throne, got a profile, got phone style, got his company shining. Got renderings, got bookings, got the whole plan lining. Got materials, got tools, got the clock combining. Face 6 cents in the AI, got the whole thing climbing. Homes came early, getting ready for the season. That's contender for the lights, for the look, for the reason, for the rendering. Showed the dream before the evening. Got listed, got busy, and the leads kept breathing. Get busy, get listed, get seen, get lifted, get calls, get jobs, get blessed, get gifted, get found, get hired, get your whole life shifted. ChristmasContractor.com. Come on, get listed, get listed, get found, get hired, get seen, get leads, get the whole town wired. Need lights, need crews, need a plan that fits. ChristmasContractor.com. Come get on the list. Now here comes a vendor with a product they need. Had clips, had balls, had wire, had speed, had reeds, had stakes, had gear for the tree. But nobody knew what he had in the street. Needed odds, needed ties, needed trust in the trade. Needed buyers, needed flyers, needed orders made. Needed a place where contractors stayed. So we got that supplier, lift the leg. Got green, got his name in the mix. Got calls, got sales, got orders that click. Got stock, got lock, got his whole brand fixed. Now the whole train knows who to pick. Every Christmas contractor looking for gear. Every lighting pro coming back each year. Every vendor, every owner, every crew drawing near. Get listed right now, this is where they appear. Need workers, need leads, need help in the city. Need products, need process, need something that's with me. Need forward, need proof, need the dream looking pretty. ChristmasContractor.com. Get listed, get busy. Need bulbs, need clippers, need wire on the road. Need reefs, need trees, need lights for the pole. Need Santa, need answers, need help with the goal. Get listed, get lifted, let Christmas take hold. Get busy, get listed, get seen, get lifted, get calls, get jobs, get blessed, get gifted, get found, get hired, get your whole life shifted. ChristmasContractor.com. Come on and get listed, get found, get hired, get seen, get leads, get the whole town wired. Need lights, need crews, need a plan that fits. ChristmasContractor.com. Come get on the list. Largest Christmas contractor directory in the country. Powered by Santa AI. Workers get hired, owners get leads, vendors get seen, homeowners get ready. Get busy, get listed. Get listed. Join the largest Christmas.
What's up, Laura?
Well, now I know what'll happen if you hit a crowd. You're going to strip off your
Hold
shirt.
on, hold on,
do some
hold on.
crowd
Say,
surfing.
say what? What's going on with the sound here?
I don't know what's going on with sound.
Is everybody hearing Laura all right
I
here?
don't know. Sounding sketchy as usual.
Sounding sketchy.
Welcome.
All right, we're going to fix this.
Oh, now that sounds weird. In other news, did you know the Dixie Chicks are going back in concert? And what the hell happened to Natalie, whatever the hell her name is? Holy crap.
What happened to her?
Something.
What?
Something. She used to be really cute.
Oh, she's not cute anymore?
She's been rode hard and put away wet.
Oh.
Like old leather.
Huh. Well, just gravity's got something on people.
Oh no, this is not gravity. She ate something.
Oh, she ate a lot. Well, she always was a big one, wasn't she?
No.
She wasn't?
Before they dropped the Dixie.
Oh, they're just the chicks?
Now they're just the chicks because it's racist to be Dixie.
Yeah, they didn't make it through 2020.
They're going to be here in Houston. I'm like,
oh, they are?
Y'all still got something going on?
I thought everyone turned their back on the Dixie Chicks
I
because
did.
something they said in Mexico or something. I thought
they
that's
hated,
what it was.
They hated.
They didn't like America.
Well, they hated everybody. They hated any Republican, conservative. Bush was first. Now definitely Trump. You just mentioned that name. They're gonna twitch and pass out.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Anyways.
What are you going to do? I think we got it all
After that
figured
technical
out.
difficulty.
Yeah. Now we're back in
ready
action.
for your welcome, babe.
All right. My name is Ron. I'm always with my beautiful wife, Laura. And this is the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast. We've been pretty faithful. Coming to you every Wednesday, hump day, at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And 3 o'clock, the reason why we do it at 3 o'clock is because it is finished. Tell us about that.
Well, you want to talk about the biblical part or the part that pertains to us?
Isn't it one and the same?
It's similar, yes. We were married at 3 o'clock. Can't two things be true? Where Jesus died and rose it is finished type situation.
Yeah, when he muttered his last words at 3 p.m. and said, "It is finished," that was like when we got married. I said, we can get married and everything, but it has to be exactly at 3 p.m. Like not 3:01, not 2:59, exactly at 3 p.m. because the marriage is a stand-up funeral, where two people die and then they arise as one person together, Mr. and Mrs. the person's name. And that's what a marriage is. And I said, it has to be at 3 p.m. Exactly. It is finished, and so that was the reason why we did 3 p.m. And that's why the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast is at 3 p.m. I'm pretty sure doing it at night would be nice, with more people can listen and stuff. But hey, you know what I'm saying?
What are you
3
gonna
p.m.
do?
What are you going to do? Play it back. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hurt my feelings.
About.
Yeah, we're doing this at 3 during a work day, so to speak. Yeah, speaking of work days, I've been working on this Christmas Light business directory, and it's awesome. It looks fantastic, but I've been working some late hours.
This is the longest I've seen Ron in a week and a half.
What do you mean?
I don't see you. You're up all night long, and then I get up and, do normal things. And
she's like normal person schedule. Like, I'll get up at 8, and then so 8:30 she pops down, and then at 9:30 we're looking at the clock, and then 10 o'clock, hey, that's time to cut it, shower, bed, the whole thing. Right. And that's
Gotta
Laura's
take care
schedule.
of that cholesterol levels, cortisol levels.
Your buddy Ron
and your rest
will definitely
burn the midnight oil.
Stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes even 8 o'clock in the morning, then sleep till 2, and then back at it.
We high five down the staircase.
I'm talking about when I say I've been working on this, I mean I'm like, this is how we work during Christmas. I mean, you get like 4 hours of sleep, and every single hour there is no, well, this is what normal people do. There's nothing normal about being in our industry in season. And I'm trying to get this thing done. What it looks like, I'll show you maybe a little bit of sneak peek on this one, but what it looks like from now is it's going to be one of those July 1st, Christmas in July, July 1st
so
countdown.
Delayed, of
I spoke to when I woke up at like 2 in the afternoon. I woke up and I knew that Murphy was just waking up too, because he's been doing the same thing, like staying up till 4 in the morning and trying to get this thing done. And it looks awesome. He's got this CRM, he's got this inventory management, he's got all this stuff, and it's awesome. I'm about like this close from talking to Murphy to say, hey man, why don't we work together and why don't we do something together here? But you know, Murphy, you gotta do some extra talking to talk him into it. But it might happen. It might happen. And we were talking like it might happen, hypothetically, and it sounded really cool. I think we both were excited. I mean, 4.5 hours to talk with someone on the phone. It's just crazy.
It's crazy.
Especially like when 2 hours into it, you say, all right, look, I'm just gonna do one more thing. I just got 5 more minutes I'm gonna spend with you. And then another 2.5 hours later, you're still on the phone talking.
So needless to say, I'm going to put a name tag on myself and the kids because we got a whole nother month and 3 days.
Yeah,
before
kid number
July 1st.
1, come over here.
Yeah.
Take the trash out and walk the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do got the dog here. I can show you what the dog looks like. Or Laura can show you what the dog looks like. The dog's laying back here.
She's taking a nap. She's waiting for mommy to be done. So
Laura got the whole office painted red. We got new toilets in. We got a new hot water heater, tankless hot water heater that our buddy Shane Benton, if you're looking for a good electrician, Shane is definitely our number 1 recommendation for a good on-call electrician that knows what he's doing. So a lot of good things going on.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, we're diving in right now through what makes a good contractor, because I'm doing algorithms of like when you go to Google and you search for a Christmas light installation, there's a list of companies that show up. Why do they show up on the first page? What is the algorithm? Is it because of what reasons, or this factors in this percentage and this thing that they do or whatever factors in those percentages and whatever. So I've been working on that and going through that, and it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I mean, having a business directory with AI connected into it so it can help you make your profiles. You can ask Santa AI pretty much any question about Santa or anything. It's literally Santa AI going through a photo rendering tool, and then it adds everything into the shopping cart and tells you what products you would need to make that rendering. It has the AI in the rendering where it makes a nighttime photo. All this stuff is really freaking cool. I mean, it's so cool, but there's so many moving parts. I have 6 AI agents that are like surrounding me in apps, like not even like Google Chrome dashboard. It's what I usually use. These like apps. I got like 4 apps over here minimized into windows that fit, and 2 or 3 apps over here, and they're all working. And it's like having like an army, like a little small army getting this ready with me. So, but you know, I've been up there giving good direction, and you know, that's what's been going on. So what's been going on with Laura these days? That's what I want to know.
Do you want to know? Let's see. Other than homeschool, which I do that every day, and we're in a point where we're looking at the finish line, but it is definitely been some gnashing of teeth going on here. So it's been interesting. And then working on the house, I have put I'm making faux shiplap up in the bedroom, and I've gotten just one portion done.
It's got like pickets on the side walls that go into an angle, because it's like we have what would be an attic is where
it was an attic, and now it's a master suite.
It looks like an apartment up there, right? But where the bedroom is, she put like these wood pickets going out like shiplap. It looks really good. It's brand new. You know, fences always look good when they're first built and it's brand new wood, and then it starts to
cedar, so it
oxidize and get gray, and then it doesn't look as good.
It's not going to do that.
Yeah, but this is like, it's got that new fence that I even got an air compressor and nail gun sitting right next to my bed. So it's like back in the fencing days. You know, where it's like, get your ass up and go build another fence. I mean, you're sitting here looking at all these cuts, and you're like, yeah, okay, you know, it's kind of.
There was a couple. We had a little issue. I did it by myself. I had a little issue with one spot, and I'm gonna fix it. But it's halfway, and I gotta get some more pickets. And
we'll get you a picture soon. Soon.
I'm not ready for photos.
Anyway, Christmas light installation, Christmas light installers Mastermind podcast. The Mastermind's been doing pretty good. There's been a lot more engagement. I'm really happy with that. Laura, wasn't there some questions? We were going to go through some questions.
I do have.
If you have any questions, let me hear your question. We do have some questions that
I had about 35. I narrowed down to 12 and then one bonus question.
I'm just looking for one question.
You want the first question? It's very basic. You ready? How do I start a Christmas light installation?
Who's that? Who is it from?
This is person. I did not use names because some of these people are in the mastermind, and I see these people around, and I don't want to name names. This person is in the East Coast. How do I start a Christmas light installation business if I have little money, no crew, or experience?
Yeah, if you have little money, no crew, and no experience, then you need to start a business that it doesn't take any money to start the business, like curb painting or picking up dog duty, like we talked about 2 weeks ago.
We talked about that.
Or
then he wants to start an installation business.
Roofing is another good one. Because
you started with
you
no money
use the
wrong.
customer's money to do it. Christmas lights is a good one. You use the customer's money they give you money. You buy fencing is another one. They give you the money. You buy the materials with it. You do it, and then you make the final payment. I mean, any kind of business that you can start, usually service industry is a good one, but there's no startup cost because you use the customer's money to start the business. That's what you want to do, and that's what the Christmas light installation business is. That's the reason why I was able to fall on my face and bounce back up so fast, because you don't need starting capital. You just need a vision, you need passion, you need work ethic, and you need to use the client's money to buy the things that you need. That's why they're giving you a deposit, so you can secure the materials or whatever it is that you need and their spot on the schedule. So does that answer the question?
Yes and no.
What part did I not answer?
Well, what should he learn to get some experience? Do you think he should join one of those, training classes?
Yeah. What do you mean one of those training classes?
There's a lot of training classes.
Yeah.
Some of them are like $3,000. Some of them, might get you in there for $500. Should he go to one of those training classes?
Some of them are free.
Can he find some stuff online? That kind of thing. How could he get some experience?
Yeah. Well, you can get some experience doing it. You can get some experience watching someone do it. YouTube videos and stuff like that. I would say, like, even if you went to like a training class that's hands-on, most of the time the people who really are aggressive, they're the ones who are leading the hands-on training. They're the ones that are on the roof while 6 or 7 people who never even get their first job, they don't get on the ladder and learn it, and that's the same way they approach their business. They're not there to get experience and learns. They're just there because they want to better themselves, but when it comes down to putting in the action of actually doing it, that's where they fall short. So, get up on that roof and let's make sure that you can actually do it. Because if not, then you need to run a business that you're not actually going to physically do it. That's a lot harder, especially when you're first starting out. That's what we did it, right?
Well, yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have, even our first year.
Yeah, we didn't have training.
We never went to training. But I had like 4 years of Christmas light experience doing it the wrong way under my belt.
But you didn't have any training there either. You went.
Yeah, I just said doing it the wrong way for 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't think they even had training.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was so cool to meet Josh Trees. I hadn't met him yet, so. But that's why I thought it was so cool to meet him, because I was like, oh, y'all had training? Because I didn't know that someone was trained. I didn't even know that was even a thing, that people had training.
Now it's all over the place.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't know that. But now I know that they have training, and there really is no replacement from getting your ass out there and doing it yourself. You go out there, and whenever I think Guyman says, if you open up your wallet, you open up your brain. And when mistakes cost you money, you learn faster than if you got a slap on the wrist and it didn't cost you anything. I mean, the things that cost you the most, you learn the most from, it seems like, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyway.
Right? So when you go out there and you make a mistake, like, I'll give you one mistake that Laura and I made. I thought, because in roofing, I was buying these yard signs, and I thought they were like these big, the big, huge ones you put for roofing. I thought they might have been like almost $20 a piece. Maybe they were like $15 a piece, something like that for those.
Yeah, if you buy 2.
Double-sided, I don't know. And then so Laura and I said, hey, let's we'll just go get some construction board or something from Walmart, because it's only like 80 cents or something for the big thing, and we can make 3 signs out of that construction board, And then maybe we just buy a pack of magic markers. We'll just make signs and then take some old scrap wood and we'll make the stakes and I'll saw them up and stuff and we'll staple them in there and then we got signs, right? So we sat there. Do you have any pictures of that?
I actually have a sign on the back porch. I kept one of the signs.
Go get
we
it.
actually made
Go get it. Let me
homemade
see.
signs.
Go. Let me see it. We saved one just to remind us where we came from.
Can I dig it out later? Let me go see if I can find it in a photo. Because
so we made these signs, and then I'm really good at tracing. My penmanship's really like flawless for a guy.
Yeah, but let's be clear. Ron didn't sit and do them. He did like one, and I did the rest.
I made the template, and then
I was decorating, and I'll do all kinds of stuff.
And then Laura's like, well, maybe it looks good if we take this and draw some Christmas light bulbs on them and stuff. And like we put the signs out there, and they'd let me gone the next day, and you're like, damn, it took me like 10 minutes to make that sign. But that's how we did when we first started. We didn't know any better.
We didn't have any money.
But
it
now,
looked like it too.
Now that I know how to do it, it would have been cheaper just to buy the signs.
It's true.
Like the signs that we buy right now are like $1.50 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they went up a little bit, but they're like $1.50 a sign. I was spending more than that when you think about the stakes and all the stuff to having a little piece of wood hammered remember we were hammering them into the ground? Oh, is that one?
That's one. It's not cute.
You know how to share it to the screen?
Yeah, I know how to share screen.
So this one is like, who did that? But all of them were hand done. Let me see it. But anyway, that's how you start. You start off, you don't know what the hell you're doing. No one's ever told you. Look at that one. Let me see it again. Put it back.
Put it back. I was gonna see if there's another one. I can't do it at the same time.
You can't even read the phone number.
I mean, we were very excited about
it's
that.
It's 4429, isn't it?
4492.
4492.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can't even read that. But yeah, so this was like, and then so like once you outline the kingdom, then the Christmas, you're like, well, just take the magic marker and color it all in. And this is like one sign that gets thrown away. Like this is how we started.
I was trying to see what the date was, if this was like one of the first ones or if this was like at the end where we were like just tired of making these damn signs.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was an early one. It was in October.
What happened? Where?
It kind of just disappeared.
All right.
I wasn't driving that part.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that's how we started. But that's a good question. What's the next question?
What systems should be built before October so the season doesn't turn into chaos? And this is a Houston area person.
Do what now?
What systems should be built before October so the season doesn't turn into chaos?
When you first start out, you're thinking, how am I going to communicate with these customers? Through a phone. Okay, so we got them on the phone, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're charging, I don't know, $5 a foot. So if you have 100 feet, it's $500. Does that sound good?
You're gonna get in so much trouble.
So anyway, we'll do it like I have the video online that you can hear it. But anyway. But it's like, so $5 a foot, and then they say they have 150 feet, so that's $750. Okay, so then now what? Now that they said yes, like, how do you communicate this with them? Do you send it on an email? What does your email look like? You have a voicemail. What does your voicemail sound like? Does it sound professional? It's like, hey, leave a number at the beep, or you've reached 3, 4, 6. What does your voicemail sound like? What does your email look like? How professional does it look? Is it at gmail.com? Is it a .com? Those are progressions. And then how are they going to pay you? If you have a DBA and you have a bank account, if they make it out to Kingdom Christmas Lights, for example, can you cash that check? Do you have a business bank account with that name on it? That's one. And then, once you realize that chasing that money is very expensive and time consuming, how do you take credit cards? So you have to have a credit card processing. How do you take them over the phone, the credit cards over the phone? How do you do that? There's a lot of different ways of doing it. I don't recommend that you start off with a Squarespace, because when you have a new account on Square, it'll like sometimes hold your money for like 2 weeks. or more, depending on the you and the size of the transactions. But it's a brand new relationship, and for obvious reasons, they're right to hang on to it for a little bit just to make sure they got something. It makes total sense. But when someone pays you for Christmas lights, and you're starting like November 1st on your first house, you don't have 2 weeks for that money to clear. So you need to make sure that you have a credit card processing, and you're going to get that money within a day or two. These days we use Jobber, but I think that's going to change by next year. We're going to be on our own Kingdom CRM next year. But anyway.
When we started, we used Google Sheets, and we had our estimate forms like there. That's what we emailed to the clients.
A template. Like I had a template, and then you just filled in the name and everything. I mean, now we have a way better process than that, but just filled in the name, and it had some basic stuff, and, roof line, this and this and this, and then she had some formula in the Google Sheet that as soon as you put the numbers in, it totaled it up. And then taxes, you're charging taxes. It's like, okay, taxes are only for the tax on the material costs, not labor. You don't tax labor. So that's another thing that people just have no idea, because there's no real training. If you go to a training, they're not teaching this shit. This is like, you have to actually do the job, not false claim that you do the job and you teach it. You got to actually do the job to understand all this stuff. But this is when you're first starting out. And then, as far as the process is, like, if you're hiring somebody to work for you, how do you pay them? How do you justify the pay? How much do you pay them? And based on what? Hours, performance, daily rate? How do you do all that? Because each of them have their strengths and weaknesses of if you do it this way or that way. So that's another one. So once you figure out all of these things, how do I communicate with the customer? How do I make sure we're on the same page? And how do I, collect the money? And how do I, hire somebody? And what do I tell them on the interview? And how much do I pay them? All those are part of the process that you need to kind of have a good idea, especially the credit card part and the business DBA. You got to get a good understanding of how you're going to collect the money and stuff like that. Because when it starts happening, you can't be figuring it out then. You need to figure out, ahead of time about how you're going to do that. Right? Okay. And then, so anything to add to that, processes in starting a business?
For before now, right now, you could be, if you're going to go with a company shirt, you can do that right now. If you don't have the money for a company shirt, just have everybody wear the same color.
Yeah.
A collared shirt from Walmart off the clearance rack, and they're all white or they're all red or they're green or whatever. If you're going to order shirts, you need to order them early, because they come from another country and it takes time. Those are usually cheaper options.
When we first started, we went to Hobby Lobby, right? So that's where you buy your greenery, like your wreaths and your garland.
Back in the day.
Yeah, just like whatever they wanted. We went to Walmart to buy the mini lights. This is when I first started. Mini lights for $12 a strand. Those mini lights are $3.50 at Walmart. And you can charge the same amount of money. Like, why would I spend $12 when I can get them for $3? Then you can just throw them away and buy some more, right? Or maybe reuse them maybe the second year, and hopefully it doesn't rain. Those kind of things.
Anyway, you were saying.
No, but I mean, this is how you start out. But we started out in Hobby Lobby, and we would buy the shirts, and the shirts were $5 or something.
I get the T-shirts from Walmart on clearance, and then I would get.
We were in Hobby Lobby buying those damn things, and the vinyl for the screen printer.
So I was doing the vinyl for the screen printer, and then I was screen printing the shirts. But I buy the cheapest shirts I can find, because we did not have a lot of money. And then the first year I vinyled them, did iron-on vinyling, and the second year.
I was wearing one the other day from the first, and the glow-in-the-dark paint.
I had glow-in-the-dark paint.
With glitter. So my shirt says Kingdom Christmas lights, and it's glow-in-the-dark, and it has glitter.
Red. It was red.
It has glitter. It was a black shirt with red glitter, so you can see me at night. Anyway, I was out at night.
I did screen print shirts up until just a few years ago, and then we bit the big one and went ahead and started ordering. It was one less thing to do.
And it was like $2 more or something per shirt. Mm-hmm. But you're like, just give me 100 medium and 100 large.
But we had a lot of guys, so if you're just
30
a guy,
extra large, and I don't know. I think if you can't fit in a medium or large, you're not really an installer, honestly. But your best installer is fitting the medium shirt, maybe a large, maybe a large.
I'm gonna put you in timeout. I can feel it.
It's just facts. These are facts.
You're going to have one other thing, and he kind of touched on it, having installation process, especially if you're going to have another truck out there Write it down. What is your process? You walk up to the door, you knock on it, you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm going to be installing this on your house. Yes. And they install, they're checking the bushes. They're, your process for your installation team. Have it, write it down.
It's a ChatGPT will help you out with all this, but get a checklist.
A checklist.
Like a job checklist, and we have our customers sign a piece of paper still to this day. This is you. This is the installer's name. That way, if you forget, you'll have it. This is what we're supposed to install, and then at the end, the installer writes, "This is what actually was installed. I know we were only supposed to do this many strands of mini lights in the tree, but the customer approved 15 more strands, so that's this." And then you have those boxes that the area is clean from debris, and we did a job worthy of a 5-star review. It's okay to authorize the credit card that's on file, and that all the lights are working in good condition. Those are the 4 boxes that are check, and then sign here.
Yes.
With the total amount of footage in the final. So then the installers take a picture of that and they upload it into our company profile for that client.
And to be clear, we pay the guys by the foot. We don't do the customer by the foot anymore. We actually do packages for the clients. They can go up to 200
125, 150, 175, 200.
And same with the trees, up to 15
Why
packs
did we
of
do
lights.
it that way? Because we didn't do that way at first. We counted every bulb, and that's what we charged them. But then what happened?
Because they don't know how to count. Our guys cannot count. And so our counts would be off.
They know how to count it. They don't think it's important, I think. They
well,
if you say it's 150, let's say it's 150.
We'll say it's 150, and there's not 150 lights on there, and then you look like a cheat when the next year the guy says it's 127. So we stopped doing that, and we just said up to this number, because you don't want to look like you're unprofessional with your customers.
We don't want to underbid it, because that's a big ass problem. So you always try to overdo it a little bit, but then you're having to go back and touch every invoice twice to move it to the exact number, which is maybe not even true. So you definitely lose some credibility when you get caught in you said 126 bulbs, but it's only 124. You owe me $6, or you owe me $12, or you owe me whatever. So there's that.
On I think it's 2020. Somebody actually counted their house.
Oh, many people.
It was 100.
Many people did.
We bid it 100 feet. They said they put 100, and it was actually 97. And so they got us for 3 feet, and we lost the client because they said that we cheated them. And I'm like, we're talking about 3 bulbs. Yeah. We're talking about 3 feet. I understand. And that's when we really started looking at changing our process. We will do up to this amount. If we go over, of course, if it's a couple bulbs over, I'm not going to go after them for 3 more bulbs. But if it's significant, then yeah, I'm going to up them.
Yeah. And I heard someone say online, I ain't going to say his name, but it might be Josh Trees. He said online that, I don't teach people how to sell by the foot. We don't teach that. We teach you sell a package. Like, your tree costs $800 and your roof line costs $2,300, and those two together cost $3,100. Why would you not do that? What would be the problems in doing that?
Because you can underbid the job. You say, I'm going to do a package that's, you get the roof line. Okay, I'm going to do your roof line. I'm going to do this greenery. I'm going to do this tree. And then that house ends up being 350 feet, but you were planning on 200 feet. You have just cut your profit big time.
Yeah, so it's setting up a realistic expectation of what you're going to do and what you're not going to do in terms of conditions. So if you sell by the foot, if someone says, hey, like when you done installing the roof, someone says, oh, hold on, you're not going to go up there and do the ridge line? You're like, no, just the roof line, which is this part, not that part. And then you might hear a customer, well, for $900, I thought you were going to do all up here and this and that. And you're like, well, that's not a part of the package. We have to renegotiate additional stuff. So you really can't upsell very good because you have to renegotiate everything because you don't have a per increment. More increments equals more money. And here's what I said we were going to do. Anything more than that costs extra, and we've already pre-negotiated a price for that. You want to do an extra 50 feet on the side? Perfect. Let's do it. It's that times this is whatever it is, and that's what it is. Or if you're doing a tree, mostly in the trees. You know, if you say, let's do a $900 tree, what does that mean to you, $900 tree? If I just did a trunk wrap and I said, okay, there you go, you would say, what the hell, $900? I thought I'd do more than a trunk wrap. But where is the realistic expectation of how high are you really going to go? Because it could be in the difference of another 10 strands to make all the branches this high or this something like that. Every single one of those strands of mini lights costs something. It costs something to install it, warranty it, remove it. And you know, it also, looking at this, you distract me.
Sorry.
But
It's a good
everything costs money. Everything costs money. So when you're wrapping trees, you need a clear expectation of, we're going to go somewhere up in the canopy, and I'm going to give you up to 20 strands of lights to get there. And if that's the case, then anything more than 20 strands of lights is going to cost this much additional per strand. So when they're like, oh man, can we go a little higher? Sure, that's another $300 because I'm going to be using this many strands, and that times that equals this. Sound good? You know, like, okay.
And that $900 also includes the takedown and any service calls that we might get because those squirrels are eating them.
Yeah, or it's raining, or you made the mistake of stapling them. Mm-hmm. You made the mistake of stapling the lights to the tree, and for some strange reason, that's a bad idea. That's something we don't do anymore. Do not staple the lights to the Les Árboles, the tree, okay? Because, number one, even if you have the perfect staple with the plastic around the staple and you got all these things and you got the right tool and you get it in there, it's just the pressure of it or something that could possibly be, or you miss the staple and that part, the lights still work, everything works good until it rains. Okay? Or you might as well throw the lights in the fucking trash, because if they're stapled to the tree and you're burnt out, and the guys that are the people that work for you are burnt out from a long season, they are not taking the staples out, then taking the lights around. They're ripping the fucking lights out, and you're just destroying the lights because they're stapled in there, and you have to rip the staples out. That's what's happening, and you're just ruining the lights. And you have so many more service calls with staples. So no grapas, no grapas. Which
There's
means,
a thing called no wrap straps. They work really, really great. Really great.
Yeah. Oh, Jeffrey Quick, what's up, dog? What do you say? Customers love asking for some more free stuff. Yeah, they do. They really do. And people don't realize how big trees are. Yeah, you know, and you know, once you get past the easy part that the homeowner could probably do themselves, you know, I'll give you a truth. Yeah, I'll give you another thing that's about the trees, and I've argued with fucking Guyman about this like forever, okay? And if you don't do the job, you can clearly tell that someone doesn't do the job because of the things that they say. They don't have the real world experience, and I'm telling you about it right here. The spacing, the espacio of the Los Árboles, or the spacing of the lights on the tree, the luces, many luces on the Los Árboles. Practice
Just
my
talk,
Spanish.
please.
5-finger spacing, okay? 5-finger spacing. You do a wrap on the tree, 5-finger spacing, then you do the next wrap. That's default. So if a customer wants to do whatever, that's how we default, okay? Because if you're getting paid by the strand in a performance-based business, why get up on the ladder and go way up there 30 feet up in the air? You can just do the same amount of strands in a really tight wrap, and then you can get all those strands out without having to physically wrap more. But the customer, when they pay more money, they want more lights, they want more coverage. So 5-finger spacing. Now, you'll hear some people that are the so-called professionals in the industry, and they'll say, no. What are you talking about? It's 4-finger spacing. It's 4-finger spacing. No, it's 4. Like, how big are your 4 fingers? Let's go with that. Okay, because these people that work for us, their fingers are way smaller than mine. We'll just start with that. If I tell you 5-finger spacing, it's naturally going to be 4-finger spacing because you want to do it tighter. You want to do it tighter because it's less work. So 5-finger spacing is 4-finger spacing. So 5-finger spacing, so the customer wants it higher, not a big old thing where it blinds out the house and it's so close together, like John Cena, whatever. You want the whole thing. Like if I said 30 strands, they want to see as much coverage as they possibly can get for their money. So 5-finger spacing is by default unless the customer says something different.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So there's that. That's a good pro tip. Here's a question, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
You
Can
get this
you guys
one. Do you
talk
get this
about
one?
W-2 versus 1099?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if you have 1099, you might have got your stimulus check, or what was it? When the coronavirus happened and everyone got those big checks for the
A
businesses.
stimulus check?
No, it wasn't a stimulus. It was
I don't remember what that one was called. Yeah, you're not going to get that if you do 1099.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
1099 is a subcontractor. You want to make sure you have a subcontractor agreement for the person you want to subcontract with your company, with your bylaws, your rules of engagement, how they're going to get paid. You're only going to pay the lead subcontractor. A lot of times you'll get 4, 2 teams, 4 people on a team for the subcontracting.
Yeah.
W-2, you have to pay the taxes. If you lay them off because they did a shitty ass job,
Or it's a seasonal business, you just don't need
and it's
them.
seasonal, and you let them go, they can file for unemployment. They still can try to do that as a 1099 person, but you have better grace as a 1099 person.
Right. Yeah. So basically, if you have a company where you have people working for you every single day because you're pressure washing, you're roofing, you're doing something else, landscaping, and then those same guys are doing Christmas lights, and then you go back from Christmas lights back to, whatever else you do, then yeah, maybe you have W-2 employees because they work for you all the time, or they work in the office for you and they're always there. But if you're like me and Laura, I don't do anything else in the off season except for, do something Christmas related. So we only have seasonal employees that all come to us in September, and they all leave December. The first 2 weeks of December, they're gone, except for maybe 1 or 2 people, 1 or 2 crews, I should say, 4 people. And then we have all of them come back January 2nd to take the lights down. And then as soon as about the 15th is here, 9th or 10th, then they start peeling off. So 1099 is the best way to do it. There's 4 forms that you need to sign. One's a release of liability. That says that you have your own insurance. If something were to happen to you when you're driving, you have your own car insurance. If something happens to you while you're working, you have health insurance or workers' comp or whatever insurance that you need to work because you're a subcontractor. When you're signing this, we understand that you already have all that. So you have that, and then you have your bylaws. This is what our company's all about. If Chick-fil-A can have, no matter what store you go to, they can hire smiling faces and people with good attitudes, then a Christmas light installation business should have people with a good attitude. We should be able to find people that are quality if a fast food restaurant can. So, and then you go through all the stuff that you stand for. Hey, I'm running a family-owned business. You don't come in here and be talking some kind of way and leaving all your trash here and stuff, because I live here and, we don't treat my place like that. And you go down and just do the bylaws. Then you also have a contract. A contract is a legally binding contract that is between you and the other person. Okay? I recommend, this is like Major League, babe.
I know.
This is Major League. I put them on a 2-day, I put them on a $100 a day
Training period.
Paid training, retroactive to when you complete your first house up to 3 days. So you can ride with somebody and you can work for 2 days, but if you never make it to the point you can install a house, you don't make anything because you're just wasting your own time and mine. If you make it to the first house, I'll pay you retroactive for the days that you helped out. So 2 days and then whatever. So I'll give you $200 for the 2 days you worked, and then you start making whatever the pay plan is once you say, okay, I can do it. I got it.
We pay by the foot, by the increment of lights, by the wreath and the garland. So
yeah,
Jeff,
you don't want to, because a lot of times when you're hiring, you waste so much time. You waste so much time hiring, and talking to people about the job, and then you waste so much time training them on some shit, and then when they don't work out, you done wasted all that time, all that money, because time is money, all that time and money, and they don't work out, and then you have to pay them, and then they're like, hold on, I thought I was working with you. Like, nah, dog, you ain't working with me. We're a subcontractor. We're gonna see if you can do it, because if you can't do it, sweetie, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Next. So always do mass hiring. Even if you're a small company, you got 6 people looking for a job, bring them all in the same time and talk to all of them at the same time, generally about what the job is, and then bring them one at a time in the office to see if they have any questions that, pertain to them. Or, I didn't want to say this in front of everybody, but, I got to drop my kids off at the school and I got to pick them up at 3. Can we work around that? Or, things like that. Or I know you said you need a truck and a ladder, because we hire everyone, they have their own truck and their own ladder. I know you said that, but I just got a car. Do you think I could put this ladder on top of the roof? And you're like, so you're trying to see, like, do you trust them people around your kids? Because if you don't trust them around your kids, you don't trust them to send them to a customer's house, period. I mean, that's the rule of thumb. And you have to work every single day. So when you're working Monday through Saturday, every single day, you can't take any of those days off. Monday through Saturday, and I might need you on Sunday. But Monday through Saturday, I need you every single day, because if I'm gonna need Wednesdays off, they're doing somebody else's house with your materials on Wednesday, or if they have to be off at 5, they're doing something. You need someone who reports to you every single day, and they work for you all day, and you know exactly where they are all throughout the day. So that's how we do that. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the question was, but it seems like I've answered it and then some.
You have, and then some. And we do prefer the 1099.
1099, dog, all the way. 1099 all the way.
There are times I'm like, I really wish, but I really don't wish for the paperwork either.
No, and yeah. So 1099 all the way, for sure, and that relieves a lot of liability on yourself, and it's a lot easier because you just pay him and just get a 1099 for him.
Yeah, you're welcome, Chuck.
Yeah, hiring, no kidding. Hiring's the biggest problem for everybody. I mean, trying to find people that are good and they represent, your company and your business well. They're not just a helper. The thing I would say is, you're either an oar or an anchor, okay? And a lot of times when people talk to you, you're just such a nice person. You're just such a nice person, gentle and kind, Christian valued person, that when you meet someone, it's natural for you to see the best in them and say, well, maybe my gut's telling me that they probably can't do it, but they seem like a nice person. Maybe I should just give them a shot. And I would say, don't do that. Just trust your gut. You ain't got a truck. I'm sorry. Call someone that wants to work with you as a teammate and see if you got a friend of yours that has a truck, and then call me back. Because if you can't do that, it's not going to work. I mean, I know for a fact what's going to work and what's not going to work, and I don't have 2 weeks for you to come through this maturation process of, well, maybe one day this caterpillar is going to turn into a butterfly. I don't have time for that. Holla at me next year when you get your shit together, because this year, these are the things that you need, and if you don't have those things, I don't have no more time to talk to you about it, because there's so many people looking for a job, but you're looking for a specific thing. So definitely stick to your guns on that and trust your gut. If you identify someone as an oar, like you're rowing a boat. An oar, without them, your company could not go as fast. What does the Bible say, babe, about the oxen in the barn? If you're complaining about some shit, these oxens are really they having some big dumps all over and it makes me have to clean. But look, it's like, without oxen, you'll have a clean barn, but it takes a bunch of oxen to have a large harvest. So you're going to have to deal with some shit, but they're oars. Without them, you wouldn't be able to do what you do. Now, an anchor, oars and anchors, if somebody's an anchor and they are slowing you down, you literally could move faster without them. And you could be, just from week to week, day to day, year to year, you could be one thing and then you're another. If you identify someone as an anchor, you cut that rope immediately. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to anyone who's depending on yourself, including yourself. If you identify someone as an anchor that's in your business or in your personal space, you cut that rope immediately. because every second that rope ain't cut, you ain't going nowhere. You know, they're literally slowing you down. So that's another little hiring advice I would give.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, okay, what else?
You ready for the next one?
Yeah. Let's see if Quick got another one.
We already did this one.
Yeah, we pay by the increment. And I'll tell you, we didn't say that.
Yes, we did.
We said some people do this and some people do that. But we pay by the increment. And the reason is because this business is a work all the time, work as much as you can. Because we have 3 rules here at Kingdom.
Oh, gosh.
And safety is our number 3 concern, right? Or it's a number 3 rule. It's a 3rd rule.
Yeah, number 3.
It's a 3rd rule. What's the first 2 and the 3rd?
You tell the story because it just
So like, the way that I see it is like
because the way Ron sees it.
Dude, rule number 1
Rule number one
is get the job done. Get the job done. Don't go out there and not get the job done. Get the job done. He's like, well, I got it all done except for this one little hard part. It's like I got the whole fence built except for this little one section in the gate. Can I get paid? No, you can't get paid. You can't get paid unless the job's done. You got to get the job done. You got to get the job done tonight. And if there's a hard part, do that first. Because if you can't do that one, you're just wasting your time. I mean, who am I going to pay to come out there and do this little small piece? And they're like, okay, I'll just make by the foot for these like 10 feet. Like, no. Get the job done. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is it's a short season. Okay? It's a short season. There's a lot of people depending on you to make as much money as you possibly can, and you only have a short window to do it. So make sure you're going out there taking advantage of that and working as hard as you can because people are depending on you to do that. That's rule number 2. And then rule number 3 is there's a lot of different ways of doing it. Okay, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. Make sure the way that you're doing it is in a safe manner. Okay, some people say, well, I don't want to get on the roof because that's dangerous and scary. I just want to do it all from a ladder. Okay, perfect. Sounds great. And I don't give a shit how long it takes you because you make the same amount of money if it takes you two days to do the job or if it takes you 2 hours. It's the same payment because we pay by the increment. Also, when someone pays by the increment, you get the information that you need for the final invoice because you're charging the customer like that. So if you're paying the guys like that, they have an incentive to upsell because they make more feet, more bucks. They sell more mini lights, more of this. They sell more wreaths. They make more money because everything has an increment of what they get paid on their pay plan. So I would say pay them like that. Also, there's no such thing as the 5 o'clock whistle because you're not getting paid by the day. You're not getting paid by the hour, so I'm going to move slower. You think if I paid them by the hour, they take their time and do it right. That's not true. It's not true. When you pay them by the increment, you're just worried about quality because when the lights are all working, now you're like, I need the other pictures for quality. So, and another one is like when it's 7 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night. Most of you guys are fucking sitting at home this is the reason why you got a pressure washer and stuff like that. If you've been doing it for 6, 7, 8 years, is because you're working it like you're gonna be working at something else after Christmas anyway. This shit is a lot of hours, and this is the reason why a lot of people don't do it. But 8 o'clock in the morning, and then here it is like 7 o'clock at night. Your guy's on the phone with you, and they're saying, "Hey, boss, hey, do you have another job, man? Maybe a small one or something, like a big commercial. I work all night, or what? You got something?" And then the answer is like, well, if I have you do that job at the commercial property, you're not going to work tomorrow. And chances are you're not going to finish it tonight because it's too big. And then I kind of got you halfway stuck on it because you already started it. And then something's, it's like, it's just, you're managing every second of the people that are working for you timed like the deadliest catch. Your job is to put them on the money. Your job is to put them on the crab. You drive that boat and you drop them things where the crab is, and they're sitting here doing the work, pulling them in. It's exactly like that. It's very dangerous, and it's a lot of money to be made if you put them on the money. Not these little 60-foot, one-story houses for $300. That's not going to do it. You're going to need some 250 foot with, 40 strands of lights and, 3 reefs and these specific bows and these color patterns and stuff. I mean, these are the jobs that are the $5,000 and $10,000 residential jobs and stuff. These are the ones that you want to get a lot of those. If the price per man hour makes sense. Lifts and big commercial projects, or the small ones are fine too. We started off with the small ones and we still have them today, but there's going to be some people that work for you that have lower skill levels, and it's perfect for them. And it's also nice when someone's on the way home at 7 o'clock, you say, we're going to knock out this little 120 foot 1-story easy one, or like we save those for rain days. Hey, it's raining today. You're like, oh shit, let me look at my board. Okay, I got these 2 that are easy 1-story. There's no hot gluing or anything, so we can do those in the rain. So anyway, I said a lot, and I think the original question was...
it was about the guys and paying the guys.
Paying the guys, yeah, we pay them. We pay them, and we pay them pretty good, man. So, some of the guys make like $5,000-$6,000 a week, but they're worth every penny because, they're working 3 times as hard as the guy that's doing, making $1,500 a week. They're just working more hours, and they're out working them, and they're buying into what we're saying, and we're putting them on the jobs because, everywhere they go, they get upsells. Everywhere. Here's another little pro tip. Can you take that down?
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, ask yourself, how many times are you upgrading the customer? Because if you're not upgrading the customer, you're missing so much money. Every single customer, you should be able to sell them more in person than you can over the phone. And you should be able to sell them more when you're installing the lights and the family's out there and the neighbors are looking at it and you got Santa Claus hats on, you're playing Christmas music, they're seeing it, and you say, oh man, this is the 20 strands of lights that we talked about. Would you like me to add some more? I mean, the answer is going to be yes. The answer is going to be yes. We take 75% deposit for brand new customers because the materials are so expensive, especially when you first start, and we still do that today. 75% deposit. So if you have a $1,000 job, they've already paid $750. The final payment's only $250. If you have problems getting money in the beginning, it's a sign of things to come. If you say, well, I don't know about paying you like 75%, you're going to have a problem collecting the final payment too. I don't know about paying you the final payment because I thought the tree would be higher, and you done Josh Trees me and got them $800 tree, but I thought it was all the way to the tips for $800. You can't do business like that. It's a stupid way of doing business. You'll get yourself in a wreck quick and say, look, it's by the strand. Because everything costs money, like I said in the beginning. Anyway, what's next?
He wants to know, I don't know if he's asking him when we talk about permanent lighting. We talk about permanent lighting on our podcast too. What time? I'm guessing that's what that means.
About to arrive at a customer's house for a permanent lighting estimate. What days of the week do you guys do this? Oh, every Wednesday at 3. Yeah, every Wednesday at 3.
Every Wednesday at 3.
Yeah, Wednesday, miércoles at 3.
I got permanent lighting towards the end, so maybe after your estimate will be.
Yeah, you can play this. You can catch all of our episodes, and believe me, I'm online. If you're in the Christmas light industry, Christmas light installation industry in any way, you've probably heard of Kingdom. Because this is all we do. We try to promote Kingdom. We try to talk about it and refine our business. And that's what I spend all day doing, working on Christmas all friggin' day. That's all we do. But anyway, let me get another one of those questions.
Okay, the next question is, how do you decide which customers are worth keeping and which ones may not be a good fit for your company next season?
Yeah.
This is a good question.
Yeah. Well, this is a large question because, if you have nothing going on,
like your first year, you're taking every single one you possibly can get. I mean, you want every single client and pray to God that you get in that neighborhood that you really, really, really want, because you're not going to get it if you don't have a bunch of pictures and stuff to show people like, this is what I can do.
You might get it. You might. You never know. It's such a real, real quick thing. But anyway,
do you want me to continue, or
if you have like 2 workers sitting there and you're like so thin you can't seem to keep them busy, and you have an opportunity to make something off of a property after all the expenses are considered, Do you just say no and then say, sorry, guys, I don't have anything for you? You're going to lose those guys. This is like when you first start. They're not going to work for you if you don't have any work. They come to work, not come to wait for you to finally find a customer that pays whatever. They come to you because they're not good at finding work. If you just tell them where the work is and you want to be good at that, then they'll be good at doing the work and y'all can work together. You know, that's the way it works, right?
Yes.
And what were you going to say about it?
Well, I was going to say in 2020 was complete insanity. If you were in kind of service industry, everybody wanted something done at their homes. And that year we did...
That was the best year ever.
643 properties, okay? And it was insanity. We had, I don't know, almost 20 crews, which was the most crews that we've ever dealt with. And we made good money. Not to say we didn't make good money. We made good money. We did start getting rid of our smaller ones in the last couple of years and then keeping our larger homes where we did less houses and we made way more money. So you want to keep your big ticket people, but you also don't want to get rid of grandma on her 100 feet when, you might want to keep her.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
It's hard not to, but...
It's hard to tell a customer who was cutting with you in the beginning when you really needed something, and that $350 job meant a lot when you first started. You know, it meant a lot. It was easy. It was down the street. It was a cool story, and you had availability to do it. And then you did it, and then the next year you figured out like a reinstall price. Damn, if it was $350 new, I mean, what the hell? This doesn't even make any sense. But you do it again because it's not that big of a deal to do 6 of them or 7 of them in a day, and you can kind of halfway do it. And then you get to the point where your business starts getting really big, and you don't have time to even think about doing that house. As a matter of fact, that's where we started our business directory, so I can pass those people that unfortunately didn't fit into our business model off to someone else without directly giving them someone's name who's going to give them a bad experience and ruin your name. So I just put like a little business directory on Christmas Contract. Remember, it was ChristmasContractor.com. Remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
So
how can I forget?
Yeah. So, but I just, with the WordPress and the Directorist and all the plugins on WordPress, the shit, it was okay, but it was slow and it didn't work, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Then we finally got this new directory, which is oh my God, I cannot believe AI is finally at the point that a stupid redneck can do something cool like this. So anyway, but the point I'm going to make to you. What? The point I'm going to make to you is the clients, you start getting a minimum. Like I have to do a minimum, and your minimum could be different service areas have a minimum because that's an hour drive out there and I don't have any customers near them. Or this other house, I already have 25 houses in that neighborhood where it's not as big of a deal. So you have different minimums, and then you also have minimums because not when you take the money. That has nothing to do with anything, unless you really need money and you want to just say whatever you have to say to get money and then deal with the consequences later. But it's about when is it installed, because if you install October 1st is way less expensive than November 1st. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But no one really thinks that, because you say, well, look, Miss Jones, I'm sorry. I know you've been cutting with me since the beginning, and you mean a lot to us, and I want to be a part of your Christmas experience, and you've kind of become like family to us over the last 3 years. But I'm not going to be able to install your house for whatever price that was in November. However, I don't have a minimum like I do in November and October. If you'd be willing to do it in October, then I think I can do it. And then they'll say, okay, well, let me get the last week, right? And you're like, the last week's booked for just for the same reason that you're talking about. How about the 3rd week or the 2nd week? Because even though you said you'd be willing to do it the 4th week, I have to be able to do it myself, and I don't think I can do it the 4th week of October. Maybe the 2nd or 3rd in between commercial jobs, maybe I can pipe it in for a training house or something like that or whatever. So those are cool. But the thing that people don't think about is, what are you doing December 6th? What are you doing December 6th? And the answer is nothing. The damn business is falling apart. All the 10 crews that you have done dwindled down to 3 crews, and you tell them all, sorry, we don't have enough work for 10 crews anymore. And then you're like, why didn't I schedule any jobs for now? Like, why didn't I do that? Like, I understand November. I understand that. I understand the 4 days or 5 days that circle Thanksgiving. I understand prime time. But December 3rd, why not tell people, look, I can get you in October, or I can get you like the first week of December. You know, maybe towards the end of the first week of December. You can get a lot of those people that they don't fit your business model in November, and you can push them to early October or the first, towards the end of the first week of December. That right there, you're not hardly doing anything anyway. You're looking for a job. So as you're waiting for a job, you can send one of your installers to this house and buy some time for you to find a better client that fits your business model, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a pro tip. That's a pro tip. But what were you going to say when I just kept talking and didn't stop?
Well, something similar to that. And then also, you're also going to get the clients that, yes, you make decent money off of them, but they're really jerks. And you might have to get rid of them because they're jerks. And you might have to do it nicely.
Jeffrey Quick said he knows who Jason is.
Oh, good.
Is that from the Friday the 13th we was talking about?
I didn't say anything about Friday the 13th.
Jason. Jason. Is that Friday the 13th?
Yes, Jason is Friday the 13th.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So moving right along, that's what it is when customers don't fit your business model. It's just like the oars and anchors. They fit your business model when you first started, then you started growing, and then it's like, man, I got all these great customers and then the ones that don't fit your business model, you're shedding them off or trying to extend your season north and south towards September and towards the end of December. You're trying to spread it out when you don't have much to do. If they're willing to do this first week, second week of December, oh, perfect. That's equivalent to the first week of October. In my opinion. Yeah. Because October, we're busy doing commercial.
And people were wanting to get Halloween lights up too. That's a good thing.
That's September. People want that shit in September.
And
they want Halloween.
And people, just don't turn them on. You can have HOA, so you can have up 30 days before the holiday. It fits perfectly.
Or you do the bulb switch where we do the orange and purple and whatever for Halloween. Then you come back and switch them. But you got to actually touch every bulb, and but only one person needs to be there to do it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to cost you some money. But that's a way to have the lights installed and already out of the way early. Yeah. Earlier
the better.
Or I'll install your whole entire house. I'll just come back in November for the wreaths and the yard stakes. Anything you can do to preload it. I'll go out and do all the HOA trees, and I'll do everything in first week of October, and then I'll come back in November to do the garland and the monuments and the nice decorated stuff. I'll do all that the first week of November, and you try to say, well, what if we just do it like 2 days before Halloween, and just by the time they figure it out, it'll already be done. You see that kind of stuff too, but you want to set not just a scope of work for yourself, outlining a realistic expectation of what's going to happen, but you also want to do what? You also want to make sure a customer doesn't push you out of no later than October 15th install. You have to be ready. If not, there's going to be an additional charge for a primetime install. Yeah. It's 2 different ones. So in the commercial ones, they have to be ready by this date, or else the price is going to be this much more, right?
Yeah. Especially big ones that take days to do. Wrapping all those trees, it takes a lot of time.
It's going to cost me $100,000 to do it in November.
And if they don't have those trees prepped, make sure you have it in your quotes that they have to have their trees trimmed prior, because it's a pain in the butt for you to try to wrap those trees.
As soon as you have them on the schedule, you automatically send them to what to expect.
Yeah.
Before we do it, we need to double check these outlets. We need to do this. We need to do that.
Outlets.
Double check the outlets. Make sure they're in working condition. Go to the trees. If we're decorating trees, get them trimmed and get those little pieces of growth off of there. Make sure the car is not parked within 6 feet away from the house. So we have places to put ladders. And there's a lot of different ones. If you have a dog, we'll make sure we communicate so you can put the dog up, just in case they need to go in the backyard for some reason. I mean, all of these things are details that you'll figure out, but basically what to expect during construction to let them know that, this is what we're doing and this is how we do business. Here's what to expect on the day of install, and kind of, at the end, if you pay the crew any money at all, it's a tip. We don't accept. We're cashless. If you pay them anything, it's a tip. They don't collect the check, nothing. It's a credit card on file. It's the only way we do business. And that will save you a lot, too. All right? So what other questions we got?
Okay, so this one was kind of covered here and there in all these answers, but what makes a Christmas light business look professional from the customer's point of view before they ever see the install?
Yeah, I would say answering the phone. If you're shopping your competition, I talked about this on the Mastermind.
I think we talked about it last week.
Answer the phone. Yeah. If you're going down through a list of people, because if you're going down through a list of people, they might have called like 5 places, and you're the 6th place, and you answer the phone, the chances of them doing business with you are really good, unless you're just going to get them off the phone, not give them an estimate and whatever. If you're the only one that answers the phone, you're putting a sentence together halfway, you're probably going to get the job. And that's how the Christmas business works. It's a real fast-paced, right now type of business. But what was the question again?
What makes your Christmas light business look more professional for customers?
I would say a good website. That way when they're on the phone with you, they can go to a website and see something about you or something about your company, that you've done some things and you have been doing those things for a period of, it's not your first season or something, but that we always have everyone wearing company shirts that are out there. So it's not like some guys I met at Home Depot. These are guys that are company guys. Even when we did roofing, all the roofers would wear at least the shirt for a picture, and then they take it off and throw it away or wipe their butt with it, whatever. But you got to have a company shirt with us. Now, if you show up with a nice truck and a trailer that's wrapped out and all this other shit, that's really important in roofing, that you pull up there and that first impression is the truck, and it just looks like you know what you're doing. You got this badass truck and you got this trailer, and it just looks like you know what you're doing. But our business is done, you never even go out and do any residential estimates unless they're 10 grand or more. So all the estimates are done over the phone, so they don't get that first impression. So no matter what truck you're driving, it doesn't matter. They're just looking at final products on a website, and then by the time you show up, the deal's already done. And the neighbor will say that
it's even installed.
Huh?
But that's the question, is before it's installed.
Yeah, it's about your online presence and how you communicate over the phone and things like that, and if you answer the phone, and how confident are you, or if they go to your website and they do it that way, what does the process look like? Does it look like the person's been in business for a minute? It's a quick reference. It's not like let me go on the Better Business Bureau, or let me, they might do a quick little Google search of your company name and make sure you got a reasonable amount of stars, like 4 points.
Which means you need a Google My Business page to have reviews and stars.
Yeah. So I mean that's it's more of a internet kind of thing versus truck wraps and stuff, because the deal's already done by the time you get to that point. So in our industry, it's a social media presence, websites, and online presence. I think is very important, and then your process of intaking customers, how easy it is, how streamlined it is, how quickly you communicate back. Like when they push that button and lead sent, all of a sudden you call them right away at 10:30 at night, and you say, "Hey, how you doing, Betty? I seen you. Damn, I'm still at the computer. I just pushed the button." You're like, "Yeah, we don't mess around. We're in the right now business. What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some Christmas lights around here?" Then they're like, "Damn." It's just the speed in which you move and the hours, like you're always on. Oh, what's up, John?
Hey,
John. Oh, John Cox. Wonder what he's up to. I think he's saving people from active shooters in schools these years.
Oh,
he's
good.
with some kind of emergency response
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, John Cox from North Carolina. What's up, bud?
So
anyway.
I would say make sure you have a professional voicemail. Don't have you know what to do or whatever. Don't have some crazy thing.
Yeah, leave the number at the beat.
Yeah. Have a professional voicemail. If you can't answer the phone, respond, to text message. Don't just say, just send me a photo and I'll text you a quote. Try to be more professional that. Get their email. Email them something in writing with your terms and conditions and something.
And here's a pro tip.
More
Here's a pro tip. I mean, when you try to cut out all negative words, you stop saying the C word. And what C word am I talking about?
I mean, it's not see you next Tuesday, so it has to be can't.
Well, there's another C word to be derogatory, but you don't use that one either. Johnny Cox said he's getting a little action in Texas. Good for you, buddy. He's single. He might be. That could mean a couple different things too. But anyway,
good for you, John.
Come see us if you're in Houston, bro. Anyway, what the hell was I saying?
You got distracted by John's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, get out of here. You weren't listening.
You said a couple words and you got distracted. I don't know.
People be messing. John be messing me up. I'm gonna send you the bill for this, John.
Talking about the voicemail.
Yeah.
We were
so
talking about voicemail.
yeah, the C word.
Oh, the C word.
The
yes,
C word.
Yes,
The C word. So
that's right.
Can't. Whenever someone says they can't do something, you're usually interrupting someone who's already doing it. Right? And we don't use that word around here. Robey household don't use that word. We don't say can't around here. So, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, when say, you're listening to a voicemail and it goes, hey, you've reached, whoever and whatever. I'm sorry, I can't come to the phone. Whenever someone says that, you're like, this guy ain't no business person. No business person starts off the conversation about what they can't do. That is just weak. Don't ever do that. Listen to your voicemail and delete that shit if you said you can't come to the phone. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm unavailable. Your call is very important to me. However, something. Never say you can't do something. That's how you start off the conversation. It's anybody who's a successful person, that's the person who you want as your customer. And successful people don't use that word. So don't say, oh, I can't do that. If you're trying to do that, I ain't the right guy. That kind of people who talk like that, they talk themselves out of it, not because of how they're saying it, as much as the words they're choosing to use tells a story that maybe there's I should have some concern there. So don't tell people you can't come to the phone. It's weak.
You can say, I can't wait to talk to you about Christmas lights. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only one, but I just say, I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. Yeah, I can hardly wait to see you. I can hardly wait. Yeah, there's no can't. Well, we're Americans, not Americans. So anyway, moving right along. We got 20 people. Let's go.
Okay, we covered that one. Okay, what? Oh gosh,
we're learning something today. We're learning something. We're learning something today.
What are the biggest mistakes new installers make during their first season? That's a tough question. I can think of a million mistakes we made the first
biggest
season.
Mistakes people make their first season? Yeah. Well, the number one thing that they do is you don't understand the true cost of the service until it's done. You don't realize the materials, the labor, the gas, the marketing, the installation, the warranty.
Oh yeah, the warranty.
The warranty could take all the profit out of a job.
Yeah.
And out of another job. The warranty, and then the takedown, and then the potential repairs of what you messed up. And then if you store it, the cost of all this, and then getting the product sorted in a way, in a professional way, that they're ready for the next season, that ain't free either. So all of these things, that, and then the insurance and just every other thing that goes along with that. Once you figure out all those things, then you know that I have to charge it this certain way. I can't go below $10 a foot because I got all this overhead. You know what I mean? I'm renting this building and all this. So I need to sell it at least this much, or I need to do this much per day because all my guys cost this and that or whatever. That's, I think, the number one mistake that people make when they first start is not knowing the inches and not knowing the true cost of everything. And then when they finally figure it out, that's why they don't take the lights down, because there was no money after the install, right?
Yeah, you got to do your homework on how much those bulbs cost, how much the clips cost. Can you get that same price in October and November? Does that supplier have your products? Are they going to sell out? You need to know that so that you're not overspending on your products for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, so you're not shortcutting.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, that's I think that's a mistake. What other question we got, Bo?
Um,
I'm liking the old Kingdom Christmas lights deal up against the wall here.
Cute.
It wasn't working. Like, we had 2 brand new neon lights, Kingdom Christmas light neon lights, one for our shop and one for the office, and they both stopped working like after 2 months. And then Tyrone was like, "Hey man, I got it all figured out. We'll just remove this little piece you don't need, this whatever the hell this controller is, and I'm gonna direct hook it up to the." And then and I was like, "Oh shit, it's gonna start a fire," but it started working. I was like, "Damn, it's working."
It's working fine. It just
Tyrone figured it out.
It just doesn't do any flashing. It's just solid.
Yeah. Shit. Anyway.
Okay. How do you find customers before the season starts instead of waiting until November? And what form of marketing works? So you want to do the first one as a 2-part question.
This is you. I've been talking too much, Bo.
Have you?
Well. Yeah.
What marketing works? Facebook, Google, yard signs, referrals, door knocking, or partnerships. We get clients with yard signs. We also have online presence. We have we're a part of every single area neighborhood page there is, and then we
for the most part
really are. And we pay attention to what days you can post. We make our own ads. We don't pay for ads.
Never paid for marketing ever.
We've never paid for it.
Ever.
We just, I started out making them on PowerPoint, which is really weird, but I used to make my ads on PowerPoint. I moved up to Photoshop. Now you can use ChatGPT to make your ads. They can make you an ad with all your information
2
on it.
seconds.
Just double check to make sure your information is correct, and then you can post those.
And the logo's in there instead of one they just created 2 seconds ago.
In the neighborhood pages, you can put those in there. Yard signs has always been huge for us. Huge. Even with the new laws this last year, yard signs has been a real huge thing for us. Once you get a few houses under your belt, then the people are going to see your signs out in those neighbors' yards, and they're going to call you. So make sure you leave your sign in the yard. Of course, ask your client permission first. We've never had to do door knocking, but I hear that's good.
Well, when I first started, I was door knocking.
You door knocked for Christmas lights?
No, not for Christmas lights, no.
We've never door knocked for Christmas lights, but I've heard some people of doing that. Referrals, of course.
Yeah.
But Google My Business. We're not a big fan of Yelp, but when we started, we had a Yelp page.
Yeah. Nobody likes Yelp. Nobody likes Yelp. Well, like whenever you say Yelp, most contractors who are they've been in business for 3 or 4 years, no one likes Yelp. Yelp, the thing that most people don't like about Yelp is 2 things. The first thing is, they don't give you enough information to do an estimate.
Mm-hmm.
They say, Jane Smith from the Woodlands would like an estimate. You're like, okay, well, I don't have an email address. I don't have a phone number. How the hell am I going to give Jane? So then you go like,
does Jane Smith want a ceiling
what
fan?
Are we going to go back and forth 10 times on? I don't check Yelp. How am I going to go back and forth with you on Yelp? Give me the information so I can look it up and give them an estimate and move on. Like, what is a lead if, I can't even, that's one thing that Yelp sucks. They're terrible. They're the worst. They're the worst, yeah. The other one is if you leave a bad review, it could be fucking any kind of algorithm. They'll keep that shit on there in your business, but you could have like 7 good reviews and that's not good. They'll take them all off. That's how Yelp works. And here's Major League. You ready for some Major League?
Let's hear it.
I don't know why I've been saying Major League.
You've been saying all kinds of stuff a lot lately.
So the way that the algorithm for Yelp works, isolate this. The way that the Yelp algorithm works is if you want to review yourself on Yelp or something just to kind of get ahead of the curve before they screw you over at the end, is you have to be a customer who just searches for the service, not for the company. So search for Christmas light installation. then and it can't be the same IP as your Yelp business account. It's got to be somewhere else, on a different device, more likely. So you get the Yelp app and you search for Christmas light installation. You scroll down the list, and it's usually at the top where you find Kingdom Christmas lights. You click on them and request it, but you don't search for Kingdom Christmas lights. You search for the service, find a company, and then you fill out an estimate request. Then, within however much later, because they do time your responses, then you'll say, "Hey, Laura, thank you for reaching out to me." What we'll say is, we'd love to help you out with this Christmas lights, and maybe one other sentence, and then say, please visit us at kingdomchristmaslights.com to start your free estimate. So that way they go into your ecosystem, they go into your website, then they go into your funnel, then they're in your CRM, and then you can manage all your leads and the responses and where in the process are you, and you have your automatic emails and phone calls and text messages and whatever your sales process is and however it works. Okay, but that's how we do it. But as soon as you do that, then like 2 days later, then leave the review and it'll stay there. So the algorithm is search for the service, not at the same IP address as where the account is, and not with the same email. You can't do that. Search for the service, find the contractor, send us estimate request, contractor responds. 3 days later, the person leaves a review. That's the winning algorithm to get a review to stay on Yelp. But if a customer of yours just searches for Kingdom Christmas lights, they find you and leave a review, no, that ain't how you do it. That is not how you do it. It will not work, and they'll take it off. And it's a real customer. Real customers that you actually talked into giving you a review, which is not easy. And then they don't even keep it. That's the two reasons why they're trash. But anyway, that's why from now on, you don't go to Yelp or Better Business Bureau. I mean, it's a frickin' break. It's a pay-to-play situation. You go to ChristmasContractor.com and the new business directory that will be released July 1st. It'll be ready July 1st. And we have some big surprises. Stay tuned. At the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind, we're going to keep you up to date for everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. All right, Dan. What other questions? Do you have any questions out there? We'll answer your questions the best we can. Laura's got some pre-listed questions from people who've asked over the week. Or maybe it was ChatGPT questions, but anyway.
Funny. Hilarious. That's a lot of work putting these together. How do you not get burned out? How do you stay motivated when the season gets hard?
Get hard, yeah.
And exhausting.
Yeah. I heard someone say this in, I'm going to try to remember his name. He's Illumination. What's that guy's name? I thought he was with Clippa or something. He does like the big...
I don't know. What did he say? Moving on.
I had it at the top of my tongue.
I swear he has had no caffeine or energy drinks.
Vape pen always does it.
Oh, yeah.
No, vape pen.
I'm going to take that away next.
Yeah. Anyway, so I heard this guy say, you're going to get burnout. You're going to get burnout in this industry. But the good news is we don't all get burnout at the same time. You might be burnout, and then the other people can help you through that. And then when I get burnout, you can help me through it. So that's how we get through the burnout part. But I usually before I start the season, I try to visualize a successful season. I'll be able to do what? What's my goal to have a successful season? I would like to build a house, or I would like to buy a boat, or I would like to buy a new truck, or I would like to do some lavish vacation with my girlfriend, or I'd like to finally propose, or I got a baby on the way and I could use as much money as possible, or whatever it is. That's your vision board you keep in front of you. You put it on your bathroom wall. You put it on your screensaver at your computer. You put it on the dashboard of your truck, or whatever it is. That's the reason why you keep going when you want to quit, is this reason, whatever it is. And every year it's usually a different one for us. We were in 2019, if you listen to some of the podcasts that we did,
Back in the day.
it was like, I'm believing God for a house. And I feel like I have a piece of land with my name on it, and we're not going to be living here at Lauren's mom's house long. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to be, I believe we're going to buy a house, and not just a house. We're going to have some land, and we're going to do this stuff. This is the things I was saying in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. And when you're going and you're like, okay, well, we already got, $65,000 in the bank. Let's just chill and go to Vegas and spend it, right? Be like, no, how much money you have, this was like in 2019. How much money you have in the bank doesn't mean anything. And you follow your process, okay? You follow your process. It's not about the money. You just keep going as hard as you can, like a tractor pull. You know what I mean? The tractor pull, where you're pulling and you're going pretty fast, and that weight's getting closer and closer and closer. And then finally, when it gets to the top, you're just spinning your wheels going nowhere. It's like that. You're going as fast as you possibly can, and then, okay, that's over. But it's like that. And you just go as hard as you possibly can till you can't go anymore, and then you figure out where you are at that point. You make sure that your process is good, that you're not wasting your money, right? Mm-hmm. You're not working for free because you're not charging enough, and you didn't realize you had all these expenses. Once you have your numbers, you stay true to that process. I do not accept cash.
Okay.
I do not accept cash. Like, why not? Because it's always a problem. I got to go drive and go get it. Well, why don't you come over to the house and come get it? I'm not driving an hour over to your house to come get cash. We don't charge a credit card fee, because cash, and if you're doing 20, 25 properties a day, you're not driving to 25 properties to pick up cash or a check or something and wait until you got the day off, or can you meet me halfway at the grocery store parking lot and all that shit? No. Push the button, the shit's collected. I got no time for that. We don't accept cash. Well, what if, and then when you do accept the cash, this is just one example. You stay true to your process. You don't put up lights that the customer has their own lights. You just don't do it. I mean, there might be some, well, if you have commercial grade materials, I guess we can, but you always get screwed over. It's the wrong, it's like, this is your process. I don't accept cash because it's time consuming. You can never scale your business by collecting cash. And if for some reason they give your crews cash, that's a big problem, because they're going to go to the neighbors and get more cash once they see, once you see the cash, it's the most addicting drug in the world. So we don't do no cash. Zero cash. And we don't pay paychecks with cash. Everything's paid through Zelle. There's a financial record of every transaction that comes out. It's for paychecks and stuff. It's all through Zelle with us, with Chase. Right? What's so funny?
Ryan, you're a hoot, dude.
What did Ryan? Oh yeah, no, that's what Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Boy is like, nah, dog. You see, I got a process. I only install when they're home. See, I got it all worked out. Like, so you can only install during this one little window. None of that shit makes sense. You're lying to yourself. No cash, only credit cards. Credit card on file, I should say, was 75% already done. Or I'm not driving out there just to see the lights are already there when I get there. It's like, you're secure in your spot. These guys need to be making as much money as possible. That's my job, to put you on that money. And I'm not going to put you on, oh, Ron, the lights are already on the house. When I first started in Dallas, that shit happened here and there and stuff, because you're moving too fast. Stay true to your process. And once you said that this is an anchor in my life, you cut it out. You can't scale with all those. All right. Anyway, what else you got, Bo?
How I keep from getting burned out, because I get burned out. I get burned out Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving week is not just the installations, but it's also all the decorated garland. So me and the however many people I get to have for that portion has been decorating garland. I go hide. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Laura checks out because the family time.
When I get
Sacrifice.
to that burnout moment, I tell myself I only have one more week, because right when things start slowing down, that's when I get to do my Christmas shopping and decorate the house for Christmas and all that stuff.
Well, Ron takes care of the rest of it.
It's not really difficult, because there's only a couple houses to do, but I still check it in the mornings, and then I take some time off. But
this is like running 2 crews is like doing nothing. Like running 2-3 crews, it's like doing nothing, because when you're running 15 crews, when you go down to like 2 crews, it's like I could do it in my sleep. I mean, for real.
I don't just sit here and make bonbons all day. I'm at the desk all day. I work in the warehouse. I do invoicing. I do all accounts payables, all accounts receivables. I do all of that stuff because, we're a 2-person show.
Yeah. Now, Laura, I'll tell you a little secret about Laura. She's a family person. She's all about family, and her family, or anyone's family really, they don't understand why you can't hang out with them on Halloween, or why you can't hang out with them for a couple of days for Thanksgiving. They're like, well, just why not? Don't you have someone to run the business for you?
Yeah, somebody wanted to take a week off for Thanksgiving.
My mom.
That definitely does not happen.
Don't you have someone to run the business for you?
We take that day off,
You're like,
period.
No, I'm not J.C. Chanowski. What? No. I see a lot of these guys. They're on vacation in South America and shit during the Christmas season. You're like, what? What? But this is the only way that we make money. We don't make money anywhere else. I mean, we dedicate all of our time to do work like 3 months a year, and then we don't do anything in the rest of the year. If I want to work a 9 to 5 like your family members, they're like, oh, wait, why are you treating my sister like that? If I wanted to work a 9 to 5, I'd be fucking working every single fucking day. And I'd be gone all the time because I'd always be working my 9 to 5, and I would never get shit done. I wouldn't have 4 months off. 4 months off to go build something or do something. You'd just be working every single day like every other person. It's like this sacrifice that I make in season is the reason why I can do these things right now. Is because my motivation is we did roofing and fencing. And it boiled down to me having to do all the fencing work. So I'm out there every single day in the hot summer sun in Houston building fences, right? And so we have a sign with the Kingdom Roof and Fence. We still have a shitload of signs just because, that's how we do it. But
volume was cheaper.
So we have one of those in the office. Is Kingdom Roof and Fence. And then there's a sign above the Kingdom Roof and Fence sign that says, get busy or you're going to be building fences again.
Get busy, or you're going to be putting these signs out again.
Or you're going to be putting these signs out again. Yeah. and it's so true, too. It's like, dude, do you really want to build fences and go out there and do that all year? If that's what you want to do, then go ahead and quit right now. Just play video games and just do whatever. If you really, really want to go out there in the hot summer sun and build fences and do all that kind of stuff, then yeah, fucking just take it like it's not that big of a deal. But if you want to chill and enjoy the summer like you've done for the last 6 years, you better get your ass busy and you better be working all the fucking hours, because that's what it takes to be successful. That's what it takes, Yeah. And that's what Laura tells me. It's like, you want to go back to building fences? You're like, hell no, no way. I love the Christmas light business, and I don't care if you don't understand the sacrifice I have to make. I don't push that on other people, and I don't say, hey, you should do what I do. I don't. But they always try to push on me that I should change my schedule around so I can be available for October and November to be available for family things. It's like, man, I'm not even here, dude. I'm deployed off at war. It's like, just, if you see me on Thanksgiving Day, like on Thanksgiving Day, we're like, holy shit, we're at somebody's house. We're at somebody's house and we're actually not working for 5 minutes. It's like fish out of water, isn't it?
It's awesome.
And when we get back from Thanksgiving hanging out with family, Laura's like, you know what? I need to take more time off, and I need to do this. And then it's hard to, when you take a vacation, it's hard to get. Listen to me here. If you're doing anything and you take a vacation, it's hard to get back into where you were before you left. It takes you like a week to kind of get back into no, it's not vacation mode. It's back to work. It takes like a couple days, and you don't have a couple days because every day is worth $30,000, $40,000. So how many fucking days you want to take off of work so you can start making $800 a day, and you have to work 2 weeks to make what you made in 1 day? Like, how is that what you really want to do? Devalue your time? No. No. We got invited to. This is a really personal story. I don't want to share with you, but since I know none of our family listens to the podcast, I'll share it with you. We got invited to a wedding, and it was Laura's brother, and the wedding was like right at Thanksgiving or some shit. And it was here. It was right down the road.
It was December 5th.
Whatever, but it was the week before. We're doing the rehearsal dinner and the this dinner and the that, and we're going to meet on Wednesday and then Thursday and then Friday and then the wedding's on Saturday, and I need you to be at all 4 of those days.
We were not required to be at all the things. We only went to 2 of the things.
We went to 3 of them because Laura's such a family person, and we worked it out. We went to the rehearsal dinner, and we went to but I just told him, I said, look, guys, I know y'all don't really know me very well. But I'm in the Christmas business, and I don't have time for this. And like when our daughter got married, I was like, I'm not going to show up or anything if it's in the Christmas season. I'm not.
It was December 12th.
December 12th is like I said that's the earliest that I would even be able to attend, December 12th. But anyway, Laura's family, I told them, I said, guys, if you guys have something going on during Christmas season, anything in October, November, or December, don't invite me to a motherfucking thing. Nothing. Don't ever invite me to anything because I'm not going. Don't even bother inviting me to anything. I won't be there.
You're so sweet.
But that's what you have to do. You have to think like that. Because, well, honey, come on. It's already 5. What are you doing still? Like, you can't think like that. That is not a habit of highly successful people, is to figure out when your time off is. Don't count time until you're off. Make your time off count. Okay? And you're going to have plenty of time off, but it's not now. Right now, we're at war. Fighting for the life that we want to live. Fighting for the life that we want to provide. And fighting for maybe, I'm going to be 70 years old one day, hopefully. I'm not going to be building fences when I'm 70. I know that. I'm not going to be working out in the hot and summer sun when I'm 80. I know that. At some point, you got to have some kind of plan for retirement or something. You can't say, I'm going to work forever doing a physical job like this. So, you have to find like an exit strategy, and it's not from taking days off. That's not how you get there. You get there by grinding. You get out there by hustling. You get out there by learning. And for the 24 people who are watching this podcast, man, that's how you do it.
Okay.
Anyway, moving along. I know I didn't answer all the questions, and I told a lot of personal stories, but the last 4 podcasts, Laura and I have been kind of talking about high school and first car and all this other shit. Anyway, was that Murph? What did he say?
Let's pencil in something for November 19th.
Yeah.
I'm about to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, lose my number. Yeah, lose my number. Yeah. Murphy, he has his birthday November 19th. And that one, it's like, to be in the Christmas business, right? Like, it's like.
Our youngest is November 23rd, and the middle one is November 20th, and I'm in October. So
I was like, maybe on Thanksgiving Day, I'll take you to Santa's Wonderland because that's my only day off. That's about the only time I can spend with y'all, but name tags are helpful when you work at these hours.
Anyway. Jeffrey's question, how many people do you usually have on a crew?
2-man crew, baby. 3's a crowd. 2-man crew, 3's a crowd.
2-man crews. It works out for the pay plan best. And
then if you have like a job that needs 6 people, then you have 1 crew leader, and you have all those people divided increments, and you have a pre-discussed labor for the job on completion. Because when you pay increments, they'll say, well, I did all these trees, but I don't want to do the garland or whatever. The pay plan doesn't make sense, or they don't like doing this or this, and they do all the easy money ones and then say, I'm going to get paid off for that and this.
Or they don't get along.
You can't, yeah, and if you don't know many things about Hispanic people, just because you're from this country and another one's from that country, they don't want to work with you. Never met this fucking guy before in their life. Like, no, he's from El Salvador, and we don't like El Salvadorians. You're like, no, but this is my buddy Jose. Like, this guy's like super cool, dude. This guy gets along with everyone. No. I work with my own guy. No. Jose from El Salvador. No El Salvadors. No.
We learned that in 2020.
I didn't know. I thought corporate office, like just different people worked at the corporate office, and I thought everyone, just we're all working together. You don't put somebody
from Cuba in charge of somebody from Mexico.
No.
It's a no.
No, it's like. You'll learn. You know, I don't need to tell you
it's
everything.
It's a Southern thing for sure.
I don't need to tell you everything, but you know, just when you just mention where they're from, people are like, no, I don't like them. Like never even met them before. I don't like them. So we learned a lot about the Hispanic politics, to say the least.
Yeah.
But anyway, especially if you have like one of your best guys runs all your crews and he's a Hispanic guy, you'll notice the people that don't respect him because he's from one country and they're from another. It just all these dynamics. It's ridiculous. But if you speak Spanish, the people who speak Spanish, they'll be definitely more loyal to each other than they will you. So learn Spanish, or make sure the person who's speaking Spanish is directly connected to you as tight as possible. But I will tell you something about these birthdays. When you're in school, like my birthday's in August. So when you're in school, you don't have like where all the kids in class and mom brings cupcakes and all that shit. You don't have that because your birthday's not when school. So then they start saying, well, let's do your half birthday. Everyone gets a participation trophy these days. So let's do your half birthday. So in Christmas, if your birthday falls during Christmas season, we do your half birthday like in February. So Laura's birthday is October 18th. So we do we celebrate her birthday in February.
I get a participation trophy in February.
Yeah. So I was like, look, babe, for your birthday, I'm taking you to Hawaii.
You can't ride that roller coaster forever. That was 4 years ago.
That was for the big 5-0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's no way there's no way, like, family's like, I can't believe my sister's turning 50 and you're not doing something special and making it special. I'm like, get out of my face, dude. Get out of my face. You don't even know shit about me or what's going on. Just go back to your corner.
Calm down.
We get knocked out around here. We're celebrating half birthdays, right? So anyway, but then in February, you can take what was it, 17 days?
Yeah, it was 17.
You can go 17 days in Hawaii, but 17 days in November, no way, dude. No. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't think about thinking about it. It's just, there's no way. No chance.
I don't even know how we got on this subject.
Well, the question, what was the question?
Burnout.
No, there was another one after that.
No, it was about burnout.
Oh, yeah. So anyway. Sometimes I ramble a little. Anyway,
rabbit hole.
Moving along. All right, what else we got?
He's going to jail like a mother.
All right,
okay,
moving
Bernie.
along.
How many more do you want me to do?
I don't know. Let's do one more. We've been on here for 2 hours. Okay. There's 28 people watching. Shit, let's go.
A permanent lighting question or another Christmas light question?
Nah, no permanent lights.
No permanent lights. Okay. If you could go back and talk to yourself when you started your first season, what would you tell yourself to do differently?
Yeah, I just think that I probably wouldn't listen to myself. It's what the problem is.
Don't be all like getting around it. What would you tell yourself? No, you are stubborn. You are stubborn.
I don't like people telling me what to do. So even if it was me telling me what to do, I'm like, man, don't tell me what to do. Older version of me, old school.
What advice would you give your old school, don't tell me what to do person?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why don't you answer that one?
Okay, you sit there and think about it when I answer the question, okay?
Okay.
I would tell my old self, and I keep a list every season. I keep a list of things that I would change from the previous season, just so that, because I will forget what I was crying about. For sure.
Fake news.
I do. I keep a list.
Oh.
Remember T-shirt year? I kept a list of the T-shirts. Like, I will never do screen printing again. That was one that I would never do again. I would tell my old self that it's going to be okay, that you're going to get through the season, and you don't have to worry so much. Because I worry a lot about running out of supplies. I worry about having time to get my garland done. I worry about the guys getting things done to my standards. I would tell myself to relax a little bit and not be so stressed out. And I wear a lot of hats. So keeping very, very organized, that has stuck with me. I would definitely not make my own signs. I would buy my signs because it's cheaper in the long run. That was one of them. I think we answered that earlier. I would also, I don't know. I would meal plan more. I would freeze more meals so I don't have to worry about doing that in season. I would not.
That is a good pro tip.
I would not do so much takeout. First season we allowed takeout.
She makes 2 dinners. Like was it August?
I start the end of July. I make 2 meals, 2 dinners.
So the end of the July, we're like, we should probably put the Christmas tree up, right? Because like, if you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't Ricky Bobby, you ain't first, you're last. So might as well get the Christmas tree up, and in August, might as well get them Christmas lights up. You know what I mean?
As soon as Ron's birthday's over, the Christmas tree and the decorations come out. The house gets decorated.
That's August. Just because you don't have time to do it. If you don't do it now, you're not gonna have time to do it. I mean, that's how busy it is for us.
Yeah. And I start.
But the
also
meal
making
planning,
meal
she
plans.
makes the two dinners, like whatever she's making for dinner, she makes twice as much. She makes enough for us, and then takes the other one, labels it, and puts it into the freezer. So that way, in the middle of the season, we're not eating bullshit food. You just take out a pre-made dinner, and then you can warm it up and have it in season. So the meal planning in season, that's another one. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Because I used to, back when I was single, I used to have those Healthy Choice, the microwavable stuff you buy at Walmart. The meals, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, frozen dinner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, microwavable frozen dinner meal, Hunger Man thing. But I would have the Healthy Choice, and whenever I got hungry, I would just grab a Healthy Choice, microwave it up, and eat it. Just keep moving. Sometimes, if you're in the Christmas business, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you're not in the Christmas business, then you don't, or you might. But you are so busy, you don't even think about eating. You're like, holy shit, it's 5 o'clock. I haven't ate nothing today, and it's like the same story every day. You're so busy. It's like the thought of, dude, stop what you're doing and let's go make some food. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's like I have 50 customers I'm supposed to talk to today. I just contacted this one and sold him for $1,500, and I got this other. Okay, now I just sold him. It's like, when do you want to take a break from that? When do you want to take a break from that and say, you know what, I don't want to, just let those just go away. That's probably about $35,000 sitting there in this little queue that I got to call or communicate with. Let's just throw those away and have some family time. It's like, no, we're going to have family time in the spring and the summer. That's when we're going to have family time. Right now it's work time. Right now it's time to make money. Right now it's time to do what we do and grind. That's what time it is. It ain't time to bullshit around and have fun and have life balance. It's time to grind so you can have all this time to be a semi-retired parent that only does Christmas lights. That's the work-life balance.
That wasn't even the question.
What was the question?
If you can go back and tell yourself something the first season.
Oh, you know what? I would say, like, if I'm talking to myself, it's you know, there's different types of mistakes that you can make in life. You know, there's mistakes that are whatever, and then there's mistakes that are like, oh shit, you know, turn your life over mistakes. I would just say, like, to someone like me, it's just like, be careful of the things that you say to people. Be careful of the of things that you do to people and things like that, because it'll always come back around you. Like, for example, if you're firing somebody, like I always let them down easy, right, babe?
Yeah.
I always let them down easy, because you don't want the most dangerous thing, the most dangerous person in the world is someone who has idle time. They don't have a job. They don't have nothing to do. All they can do all day is just talk shit about you and ruin your life and ruin your business, right? That's the most dangerous person in the world. So, you know, if you get to the point where you know it's not working out, as nicely as possible, you just say, hey, buddy, this, and just let them down easy. Now, I've always been like that because I learned that lesson before the younger me did. And then the other one is like, anything that you do or say, it could turn into like a review. And these days, everybody's got a camera and everyone's got a Nextdoor and everyone's on Facebook or Instagram or something. So it's not like back when Bill Clinton was like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Or, people have said these things. Now it's like there's so many cameras and there's so much coverage on anything and everything you do, or that post that you posted 8 years ago. Now we're like, hey, remember when you said this 8 years ago? I mean, everything you put out there is under scrutiny, especially when you're running a business. So be careful what you say, be careful what you do, be careful the circles that you're in, be careful like when you're hiring people, be very careful about who you want to represent your business and be around your baby, which is your business. Be careful about who the people you associate with. Don't be so desperate that you ignore your process of who you say that it has to be at least this. Don't be so desperate they say, oh, you just got out of prison. Okay, oh, you're recovering crackhead? Okay, when's the last time you smoked crack? Oh, it was last week? Well, it's been a week then. You think it's still in your system? Oh, it was last night? But you're not on crack right now? All right, dude. Well, grab a ladder and shit. Let's try it out, right? You can't do that, dude. You got to say, Ron, stop. That don't work. Whatever the reason, that don't work, okay? What you're doing does not work. That's not the right person. Find someone else. Be careful about all the decisions you make, because those are the decisions that are going to make you successful, making the right decisions, or those stupid decisions are going to make you take another lap around the block. And if you've taken another lap around the block in your life, let me see your hands, right? Because everyone has taken another lap around the block. You're supposed to be going forward, but your ass is taking another lap around the block, learning a lesson that you should have already learned again, and sometimes again and again. And you stay stuck there. You're moving forward, but you keep turning left, and you're going another lap around the block, okay? Going forward to your destination, keep your target. I've always been really good at that in my mind. I've been really self-motivated. I don't need someone to tell me what to do. I'm always like a workaholic in that way. I'm very passionate about it. So I don't know what I would say. It's like almost like when you're like that, you just got to keep running through the roadblocks and smashing your face and getting into wrecks, and you learn that way. That's how I learned. But I don't know.
That's not the way I learned.
Relationships are key, man. When they say don't burn any bridges, I'm like, man, fuck it. If you burn a bridge, it forces you to go forward. I'm okay with burning bridges. It forces you to go forward. But when it's all said and done, you start looking at your relationships. It really has a value of, I have all these great relationships and all these people who are, in some way friends of mine, or I can do business together and stuff like that. Those relationships are key. And they get you, the things that you need or help that you need in season or out of season. And that would be, I would say, focus on your relationships and focus on the things that you're saying, and definitely the people who you associate with, like your family of choice. Like there's a family of origin, your mom, your dad, and your people, your blood. But the people who you choose to do life with, your family of choice, make sure you choose the right people, because that choosing the right people is the most important thing that you'll ever do in your life, is finding the right person to do life with, and the right friends you choose to be your family of choice. That's what I would say. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
And that's all the time we have. It's been 2 hours. I cannot believe 26 people have been hanging on for all this time.
It's shocking.
They haven't left. I didn't say something to run them off with my mouth.
I mean, they're just waiting to see what you'd say next. Kind of crazy shit. Forget birthdays. Forget this. Forget that. Forget
Everybody's
family.
Like, let me see the website. Let me see the directory you're talking about. That's the only reason I'm hanging out. So, but anyway, after talking with Murphy, I believe the correct time to get enough collaboration and get this right with the Santa AI. You can ask Santa anything. He'll build the directory for you right in the ChristmasContractor.com. We'll do the Photoshop rendering with AI assistance. Man, you pull the freaking house up, and it automatically maps out where the garages are and where the windows are and everything, and it automatically laps them out, and then you put the thing, and it's automatically decorated. But it's in something that you can edit and click, not like a Photoshop. And then the AI will just make it nighttime and make it done like that based on that. So Santa AI is like, wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. But we're going to have to wait to see it till Christmas in July 1st. We're going to start a countdown on that one, but I'm not going to put a turd out there just because most of the time when I post stuff, I don't spend a lot of time to edit it really good and make sure it's perfect. I just throw it out there. I don't really care. Like the clothes I wear, I'm not really that concerned about people's image of me in that way. But this one, I am very concerned about it because I want it to be the best, and I want it to be every Christmas light installer in the country. And people say like, well, how do I get listed? It's like, dog, you already are listed on this. It's every Christmas person who offers Christmas light installation in the country, anywhere on the internet, is in this directory. Every single zip code, there's 40,900 zip codes in the United States. I got 3 choices for a Christmas light installer for any zip code in the U.S. Think about that. Getting into a list like that, and then a ranking system to rank who's what and why would someone be ranked this over this and why? What's the algorithm of that? Putting all that together is not the easiest thing in the world to do. It takes a lot of thought, but I've been spending about 14 hours a day working on it.
He sure has.
And I am going to get this finished, and it's going to be awesome. And when you see it, you're going to be like, this is the only thing I need. I don't need to go to a training class and let someone give me some knowledge, and then I'll take it from there. When you connect with Kingdom Christmas Lights, when you connect with ChristmasContractor.com, finding people to work for you, finding how to do the estimates correctly, finding the materials, doing the Photoshop renderings, and then it also tells you what materials, for homeowners. Or it tells you what materials that you need that comes out of your inventory, of your existing inventory stock that you have it in there. Okay, you sold 8 of these reefs, so therefore if you had 20 in the storage unit, then you only got 16 left. Or hey, you sold all your stuff in September and October. How many reefs did you sell? Because I got 85 60-inch reefs right here in this warehouse. Do I need to buy more? And you're like, how many have you sold? Who knows, right? So you got to keep track of that shit, because that's real stuff that happens. Because you're not keeping track of what you sold. You're like, oh, I sold another reef, but I got plenty of them. I don't need to worry about it. It's not true. How many lit bows do you got? How many canvas bows do you have? When the customer says, hey, I want a white one, what are you going to wait till like the week before the install to get it? And then everybody's sold out. If you sold it, buy that shit right away. So coming up with streamlined systems, after speaking with Murphy's like he's like a spreadsheet guy, right? Right, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
the sensei.
he is the spreadsheet sensei. Murphy has like these spreadsheets, and he's like, I thought we were friends, but looking at this spreadsheet here, I'm looking at I had AI go through the spreadsheet here, and you called me 5 times last month, and you've only called me 4 times. And so we've talked, our friendship has actually declined at 18%. And I'm starting to feel like, are we even friends with an 18% decline in communication? He's got that shit down to, he has nuts and bolts. He has everything down, and it's like, oh my God. I've never met someone who is so organized like this. And then he starts showing me the stuff that he's doing on AI with his inventory and all this stuff. Not one person in the country, I have never met anyone that has a system like what Murphy's building right now for where his commercial properties are and where the assets are for this customer in relation to the warehouse, and how do you have someone with low competency but they can find everything and operate into your system, and training manuals, and you go to because right now we go to a commercial property with 20 entrances. You have to be there, because no one would know unless they did it last year. You have to be there. But Murphy's got, you don't have to. With Murphy, he got that shit figured out, and I'm pretty sure he might show somebody. He showed me. I threatened him. I said, we're not going to be friends anymore, and I'm not going to your wedding. Your what is it? The vow renewal. I'm canceling my airplane tickets to Vegas in July. If you don't show it to me, I'm canceling the trip. And he's like, all right, man, I'll show it to you. It didn't happen just like that, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then he goes, all right, and then
strong arming.
Yeah. And then ever since then, Murphy and I, we're on a weekly call now, which ends up to be like a 3 or 4 hour session.
So your percentages are up?
Yeah. Our friendship is increased by 42%. So we are definitely trending in the right direction. for the friendship spreadsheet. But me and Murphy are trending in that aspect. And if I can, I don't know if I can. If I can talk Murphy into collaborating with me this year on some of the stuff it's so complex. Your business is not even big enough you would even need it. This stuff's for big ass companies, right? Big ass companies is the stuff that the processes he has and the solutions he has is for customers like that. But I don't know. Well, if I can talk Murphy into giving me a dumbed down version of inventory control and the CRM and some of the stuff that he's come up with, and I can merge it with some of the stuff I came up with, we can bring that to market this year and we can have it ready by July. So his AI, I'll just tell you, it's called Crystal. And Crystal is, you just type anything in the Crystal and Crystal knows every freaking thing about the Christmas business.
So you named your Santa.
No, I told Laura this morning, I said, what do you think if I called mine Laura? And she's like, uh-huh. And then I was like, well, let's just do Santa AI for now, and we'll throw that Laura.
Now I understand.
We'll throw that Laura name around later, because I don't want everyone asking Laura. You can ask Santa. Santa.
No, I get it.
Anyway, hey, I love you guys. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you going on to the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind Facebook group. If I rubbed you the wrong way today, give me another chance. Come back next Wednesday. Give me another chance. I promise you, I'll probably give you something to complain about, or some education you can laugh about, or talk about someone so you can tell them about it. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's all in love. It's all in fun. We love Christmas. We love the joy of Christmas lights. We love being in a full-time Christmas light business. That's all we do. We love being able to share and pour back with you. A lot of the guys who are full-time Christmas, they don't do podcasts. I mean, they're just, they got life figured out and they don't need to tell you about it. Yeah. I mean, even if they're not busy, they don't need to be talking to people on podcasts. We do it because we love the industry and hopefully that you're getting something out of it. So definitely hit us that little like button right now. You're watching, smash that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, hit that little like button. The love button is probably what I would do. I would love this. But if you just want to like it, we can follow and like together too. You know what I mean? But whatever you're doing, if you're looking at your life and you're not happy with where you are right now, and you're trying to think if only these things would happen, or if only I knew this information, or only I had, this situation, then that would fix everything, right? I mean, that would be it. But, there's only one thing you really need to do, right, Laura?
Yes, just one thing.
And what's that?
You should get off your ass and get busy.
Get off your ass and get busy.